Okay, let's start next topic. So, welcome to my channel, Hari videos, class 10, physical science, chemistry chapter, carbon and its compounds. So, previously we discussed what is organic compound, and now let us understand different types of organic compounds. They are hydrocarbons, hydrocarbons, alcohols, ketones, aldehydes, carboxylic acids, amides, aniline. So many are there, right? So here we discussed mostly about hydrocarbons. So what is hydrocarbons? A compound made up of carbon and hydrogen are called carbon and hydrogen only are called hydrocarbons. So there is given one flow chart about the organic compounds. About organic compounds, two types: acyclic or open or aliphatic organic compounds. Then the other side, cyclic or closed or ring type organic compounds. Acyclic or the aliphatic are classified into two types. One is saturated, unsaturated. So saturated, aliphatic or acyclic hydrocarbons, example alkanes. Unsaturated one, two types, alkenes and alkynes. So carbocyclic, heterocyclic. Then carbocyclic, again two types, alicyclic, aromatic. Not romantic, aromantic that is not a romantic, aromatic. Aroma means pleasant smell and pungent smell, right? Smell. Aroma means smell. So there are two types: benzenoid aromatic organic compounds. Then other one is non-benzenoid organic compounds. We didn't discuss anything about the cyclic or closed organic compounds. We discussed only saturated, unsaturated organic compounds. That saturated and unsaturated organic compounds are also known as the hydrocarbons. So here we'll discuss hydrocarbons which are called as alkanes, alkenes, alkynes and homologous series. Along with alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, I will explain homologous series and how we gave the name for these compounds. Little briefly will explain, but later we will discuss very clearly, very thoroughly by following the rules given by IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So given set certain rules to give the name for organic compounds. So we will discuss later after the holidays, right? So you are also in the streamlining in your studies, and you are in streamline with your concepts. So that time you will understand well. So but I will try to complete the chapter in these holidays, right? Hydrocarbons. So let's discuss. So I hope I hope you understand this flow chart. Let's discuss about the hydrocarbons. Along with we will discuss another important one, functional groups. Different functional groups. So under organic compounds, I wrote from second one onwards. You observe that halocarbons, alcohols, ketones, aldehydes, carboxylic acids, amides, right? Esters, and Amines esters, right? Esters. Esters are there. So many organic compounds are there. So these are something called as they have some functional groups. They are made up of oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, etc. Then hydrocarbons means the compounds formed only with carbon and hydrogen. Only with carbon and hydrogen. Those organic compounds are called hydrocarbons. Three types of hydrocarbons. Mainly two types. One is saturated hydrocarbons, then unsaturated hydrocarbons. What are saturated hydrocarbons and what are unsaturated hydrocarbons? Let me discuss. Mainly two types. Saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons. Then unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated carbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons. The hydrocarbons are mainly two types, saturated and unsaturated. This coming to the first one, saturated hydrocarbons. These saturated hydrocarbons are called as alkanes. Alkanes. Saturated hydrocarbons are called alkanes. What are saturated hydrocarbons? A hydrocarbon in which, what is hydrocarbon? The compound formed by carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen is called hydrocarbons. It's called hydrocarbons. So, if any compound has carbon, we can call as carbon compounds. Calcium carbonate, sodium carbonate, bicarbonates, carbon dioxide. These are also carbon compounds. Hydrocarbons also carbon compounds, but there is a little difference in properties. Instead of the word carbon compounds, we use the other term is hydrocarbons. The main source of hydrocarbons is petroleum. Main source of hydrocarbon is a petroleum. Right. Saturated hydrocarbon. A hydrocarbon in which the carbon and the carbon atoms are connected. The carbon atoms are connected with a single covalent bond. So such hydrocarbons are called the hydrocarbon in which the carbon atoms are connected with a single covalent compound, or simply called as the single bond, is called saturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbons are named as alkanes. Saturated hydrocarbons are named as alkanes. So, an alkane is a hydrocarbon in which the carbon atoms are connected by Alkane are the hydrocarbons in which the carbon atoms are connected by only single covalent bond are called as alkanes. Examples for alkanes: CH4, this is named as methane. C2H6, this is called as ethane. C3H8 is called as propane. In case of methane, when we observe the structure of the methane, CH, H, H and H. This is the structure of methane. When we observe the structure of ethane, C, hydrogen, and hydrogen. Then propane, C, hydrogen, and hydrogen. So these are the structures of alkenes. So methane, ethane, propane. So why these are named as methane, ethane, propane? Then I will explain while discussing giving name for the hydrocarbons. But simply I will tell you why. If any organic compound or the hydrocarbon has only one carbon, so number of carbons in hydrocarbon, so we can call number of carbons. If it has one carbon, we can call meth. If a hydrocarbon has two, we can call eth. If number of carbons in a compound or hydrocarbon is 3, we can call pro. If it has 4, but. If it has 5, we can call pent. So carbon in methane, how many carbons are there? 1. So meth. So if any hydrocarbon has single bonds between the carbon atoms, so we need to add, or we need to end the name of hydrocarbon with ane. So if any hydrocarbon has only single bonds between the carbon and the carbon, so we can call as hydrocarbons. They are also called as the alkanes. So such compound has single bond between the carbon and the carbon atom. We end the hydrocarbon with ane. So methane, for example, the first one CH4, only one carbon. If it has only one carbon, we can call meth. Whenever observe the structure, all the single bonds. If all the single bonds are there, we can end the name of the compound with the N. Number of carbon 1 carbon, meth. All having single bond, so meth plus ane. Together we can call as methane. Second one, how many carbons are there? 2. 1, 2. All are the single compound. So 2 carbon atoms consist, we plus ane. E plus ane, ethane. Similarly, pro plus ane, propane. If we take one more, C4H10, 4 carbons, bute. So whenever we have this structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, bute. All single bonds has end with ane. Together we can call as butane. Can call as butane. Observe that in every compound, carbon has 4 atoms around it. 4 bonds are formed. Methane, carbon tetravalent element has 4 valency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 atoms. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 carbon. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 carbons. This 4 atoms. This carbon has 4. This carbon has 4. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, another carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, another carbon. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So every compound is satisfied with the tetravalency. Every carbon is satisfied with tetravalency. So every carbon atom satisfied with get stable atom, stability. So saturated hydrocarbons. We have a general formula. We have a general formula for alkanes. The general formula is CnH2n plus 2. The formula or general formula for alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. Is CnH2n plus 2. Here n represents, if n is equal to 1, substitute 1 and here you can write 1 plus 1 into 2 plus 2. See, 2 into 2, 2 1 are 2 plus 2, 4, CH4, methane. If n is equal to 2, we get ethane. If n is equal to 3, we get propane. If n is equal to 4, we get butane. If n is equal to 5, we get pentane. Like that, we need to get. If alkane has only one carbon atom, its molecule, then n is equal to 1, and its molecular formula will be CH4. If the hydrocarbon has 2 carbons, then its molecular formula is ethane. If it has 3, propane. If it has 4, butane. So 1 carbon the CH4, then 2 carbons C2H6, 3 carbons propane, C3H8, 4 carbons C4H10 butane. So the alkane molecules, the alkanes, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, so are formed by the covalent bonds. Formed by the covalent bond between the carbon and between the carbon and hydrogen. Right. Then, so this is about saturated hydrocarbons. CnH2n plus 2. Here, let us discuss about homologousness after the unsaturated hydrocarbons. I hope you understood saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons in the sense have only single bonds between the carbons. Such compounds are called the alkanes. General formula CnH2n plus 2. By substituting n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 like, we get different molecules or the compounds. CH4 methane, C2H6 ethane, C2H6 propane, C4 butane. Any hydrocarbon has only one carbon atom get called meth. 2 carbons eth, 3 carbons pro, 4 carbons bute, 5 carbons pent, 6 carbons X, 7 carbons hept, 8 carbons act, 9 carbons nan. Like that we need to write. So this alkanes or hydrocarbons ends with the compound end with the hydrocarbon, any hydrocarbon end with the term ane. All are saturated hydrocarbons. That particular hydrocarbon end with ane. The compound has only one carbon, you can call meth plus ane, methane. 2 carbons eth plus ane, ethane. 3 carbons pro plus ane, propane. So like that we need to write. So observe that all having single bonds only. All having single bonds. Then next saturated hydrocarbons completed. Then next unsaturated hydrocarbons. So unsaturated hydrocarbons consist of at least one double bond. At least one double bond between the atoms. At least one double bond between the atoms. So what is the single bond, double bond, triple bond, right? So for understanding this, you have to watch the previous videos which are uploaded by me in the chapter metals and non-metals. In the chapter metals and non-metals, covalent bond, 3 types: single covalent bond, double bond, triple bond, right? So I am also re-upload the videos again for understanding what are the double bond and what are the single bond. So unsaturated hydrocarbons. These unsaturated hydrocarbons, the 2 carbon atoms are connected by a double bond or the triple bond. Unsaturated hydrocarbons. Carbon atoms connected by double bond or triple bond. Connected by double bond or the triple bond, right? Carbon atoms connected by double bond or triple bond. So there are 2 types of unsaturated hydrocarbons. One is alkenes. Then other one is alkynes. Alkenes and alkynes. Alkenes general formula CnH2n. Alkynes general formula CnH2n minus 2. CnH2n minus 2. Alkynes, right? So alkenes. What are alkenes? So in alkenes, carbon atoms in a hydrocarbon or an organic compound, carbon atoms connected by double bond. So for example, like this, carbon and carbon, right? So 1, 2. How many bonds between the 2 carbon atoms? 2. 1, 2. Such hydrocarbons are called as alkenes. So this unsaturated hydrocarbon end with the compound, the organic compound or the hydrocarbon end with a term E. End with the term E. Alkene. So general formula CnH2n. So if n is equal to 1, if n is equal to 1, C1 H2 1, that is equal to, you can write CH2, CH2. This is how many carbon atoms here? 1. How many carbon atoms? 1. So only one carbon atom we can call as meth plus double bond, only one carbon double bond, then we can write methane, that is methane, this is methane or methylene, can call as methylene. So we will discuss later about this methylene or methyl. So if n is equal to 2, then C2H2 2. So that is equal to, then if n is equal to C2 2 4, C2H4, C2H4. So when you write this structure like this, C double bond C, one hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. So see the valence, 1 2 3 4, one carbon, 1 2 3 4, another carbon, tetra will satisfy. So what are the alkenes? A hydrocarbon at least consists a double bond, at least consists a double bond. How many bonds between one carbon and another carbon? 2, double bond. So how many carbons are there? 2 we can call eth. Between the two carbon atoms, one double bond. If it is one double bond, the compound end with eth plus ene. Together we can write ethene. Ethane, the first one, alkane. This is ethene. This ethene generally called as ethylene. We know PET, polyethylene terephthalate, ethylene molecules. Then LD, HDPE, high density polyethylene or polyethylene. LDPE, low density polyethylene, which are learned class 7, sorry, class 8 with chapter synthetic fibers and plastics. Ethene, right? Ethene. Then if you take 3, C3H6, this can write C3 carbon atoms, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4, okay. Then 1 2 3, here 1 4, 1 2 3 4, then 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. This is called probe. 3 carbon atoms are there, 1 2 3. So probe, between at least one double bond between any two compounds. Then you can write ene. So together it is a propene. It is propene. That is propane, alkanes. Propane, right? Then this is about alkenes, one of the unsaturated hydrocarbon. So here the hydrocarbon or the carbon compound, organic compound has double bond or triple bond. So they are called as unsaturated. So unsaturated hydrocarbons has double bond or the triple bond. If the carbon atoms has a double bond, then we can call as alkenes. If between the carbon atoms, so carbon atoms connected with the connected by the triple bond, connected by triple bond, then we can call as alkynes. General formula CnH2n minus 2. The compound name end with ine. End with ine. The compound name is end with ine. Right. End with ine. End with the ine. So from the general formula, if n is equal to 1 and 1, 2 minus 1 zeros. Okay, then take 2. If n is equal to 2, C2H2, 2 minus 2, okay, that's C2H2 to the 4 minus 2, 4 minus 2, okay, that's C2H2. So the formula C triple bond C. How many bonds? 3 bonds. 1, 2, 3. 1 bond with the hydrogen. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one with the hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when it is satisfied for both carbon and hydrogen. So how many bonds are there between the carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So triple bond. So its name is, how many carbons are there? 2. How many carbons are there? 2 carbons. So E plus ine can call as ethyne. Or this is also called as generally acetylene. General name of ethyne is acetylene, which is used in welding. Acetylene is used in welding. So oxyacetylene flame, oxyacetylene gas or oxyacetylene flame is used for welding. So if alkane has 2 carbon atoms, so general formula CnH2n minus 2, where n is the number of carbon atoms in one molecule of alkyne. Right. So this is about saturated, unsaturated hydrocarbons. So let us write some structures of compounds for saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Lewis dot structures or electron dot structures. I will take main 3 examples how they are connected. You just keep in mind, so that based on the number of carbon atoms, we give it the name, we close like that. So C2H6 ethane, then C2H4 ethene or ethylene, C2H2 ethyne or acetylene. So let us write the electron dot structures of these three compounds, electron dot structure of these three compounds for understanding. So bonds, how the bonds are formed. So electron dot structures, electron dot structure, electron dot structure. One carbon. So two electrons are shared. Then hydrogen with hydrogen with hydrogen with hydrogen hydrogen hydrogen. So when you combine all those things, you get C, H, 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 which means hydrogen. This is the structure of ethane. Then coming to eth, between carbon and carbon, two pairs of electrons. Two pair of electrons are shared between the two carbon atoms. H. Hydrogen, hydrogen, you can write these two are from one bond, these two are from one bond, double bond, hydrogen, hydrogen, then hydrogen, hydrogen. No problem in the last one on the both sides. The arrangement is always no problem. Or it will be convenience and then you can write like this. Something will out. Right, no problem. Section. Then C2, three pairs of electrons are shared between the two carbon atoms. One pair of electrons shared between the hydrogen and the carbon. So together we can write C, hydrogen, hydrogen. Right? So bonds like this, then we will have sexual aspect. So no problem. These for one carbon atom, and this is for the another carbon atom. Between carbon and carbon, three pairs. Between carbon and hydrogen, one. So like this, and these are also like this. Then, so one carbon atom shared like this, another carbon also shared like this. Then these hydrogen shared electrons like this. So electron dot structures. Electron dot structures are these. These are about types of hydrocarbons. Types of hydrocarbons. Right? Some points. Ethane. Second one, ethane C2H6. Alkane containing a single bond between two carbon atoms. So it is should be written as C3H3 here, single bond only, whereas the formula showing that single bond between the two carbon atoms for sake of convenience in writing, however, we usually represent ethane CH3. So as per our convenient, we need to write different structures, but whatever ethane should be written as like this CH3, no problem, or CH3 also no problem. This should be write as CH2 double bond CH2, either also no problem, or CH2 double bond CH2, also no problem. This is you can write CH double bond CH, or you can write CH double bond CH. As per our convenience, you can write like this. So 1, 2, 3 triple bond, 1, 2 triple bond, single bond. Here double bond, carbon carbon double bond, carbon carbon triple bond. So this is about the ethane, ethyl. So for our convenience we should change, no problem. It is always you can understood that single bond or double bond, triple bond between the carbon atoms, right, are not between the hydrogen and carbon atoms. We will using both types of formula in this book, right? So the saturation, we can explain about the saturation between the carbon and carbon, not the carbon and hydrogen, not the carbon and hydrogen. So between the carbon and the carbon, how many bonds are there? So based on, if it is a single bond, if it is a single bond, saturation. If it is a double bond, unsaturated. If it is a triple bond, unsaturated. And the most important thing is, even the double bond and triple bond also has a single bond. Means, so first a single bond is formed, then the second bond is formed. Then here also first single bond is formed, then the remaining two bonds also formed. How these are formed, then I explained in the previous videos. Please watch it. Then coming to alkyl groups. Alkyl groups. The group formed by the removal of one hydrogen atom. Right, alkyl group. If one hydrogen atom removed from the hydrocarbon or from an alkane molecule, removed from an alkane molecule called an alkyl group. For example, CH4 is a methane. CH4 is a methane alkane. From this, if we remove one hydrogen, so it becomes CH3. This bond for the other atom, CH3. This is called as methyl. This is called as methyl group, CH3. And if we remove from C2H6, ethane, then we can write as C2H5, ethyl. From this methyl group, when we remove one more hydrogen, for example, from methyl group, if we remove one more hydrogen, then it is double bond CH2. This is methylene group. If we remove one more from this, methyne group. One carbon, one single bond, meth. So like this, these are called as the alkyl groups. So the free line shows on the carbon atom of an alkyl group means that one valency of carbon is free in alkyl group. The general formula of alkyl group is CnH2n plus 1. General formula is CnH2n plus 1. If n is equal to 1, C 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3, CH3, CH3 methyl. If n is equal to 2, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5, C2H5 ethyl. If it is 3, propyl. It is 4, butyl. So like that we need to write. So you will understand more about these methylene or methylene group in higher studies. In higher studies. So here given a golden rule is if the number of hydrogen atoms is 2 more than the double the number of carbon atoms, then it is will be alkane. అంటే కార్బన్ కంటే 2 హైడ్రోజన్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే if the number of hydrogen atom is 2 more than double the number of carbon atoms, then it is a alkane. The number of hydrogen atoms is exactly equal to the carbon atoms, alkenes. If it is 2 less than the carbon atoms, alkynes. If in case of methane, if you double this to 2 carbons, how many hydrogen is enough? 4. But in ethane we have 6. Carbon కంటే hydrogens 2 ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి. Carbon atom కంటే 2 hydrogens are more, then it is a alkene. If it is equal to the carbon, it is a alkene. If it is less than to the carbon, alkynes. So this is about the hydrocarbons. Thank you so much. Maybe the light is not proper in this room, so we will start later. So thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel, share my channel, watch my videos regularly. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you for all for watching my videos. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe my channel Hari PS videos. Sign off.